You had a decent amount of shit going on that, like, you can understand why somebody ends up addicted or, committing crimes or whatever it is.
I've lurked into this because this is all, my behavior really bothered me for a long time. It really did. The thing that saved me is I had A1 people in my corner. You don't come out like this unless you got A1 motherfuckers around you in your ear. And after what they did for me as a child growing up, the people from North Bergen, I felt like I owed it to them. Mm-hmm. Like I did a documentary when we started the church, and I went to my teacher's house, Mr. Barone. This motherfucker's in the Hall of Fame for basketball. Still, from 1960, he shot the most free throws in a row in college at Holy Cross or something. This guy really inspired me like nobody ever did, What are we talking about?
Was Mr. Barone the teacher who got you clean?
That was Mr. Terranova. Mr. Barone was just a teacher that I went to war with. I stole his keys the first day of school and threw them in the garbage, and we hated each other. And then I found out he was a tremendous basketball player. So I just started. So I wanted to do good for him. I wanted to do good for these people that always had my back no matter what. When I came to do the documentary, I heard Mr. Barone go, he did what he did, but he ain't done yet. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's crazy, because I was done.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm ready to come home with podcasts.
Kill my wife.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go kill my wife.
One last thing.
So, it's just weird where your mind goes. But I looked into this, and it's the truth. And you can look it up. When a child suffers a traumatic a traumatic experience, they regress. They don't grow until it all comes to them. They set back. I was never a thief growing up. Yeah, we robbed a piece of gum from the supermarket. Yeah. You shoplifted a comic book, something like that. But thieves, that was against everything I fucking believed. And here I was. Walking past houses thinking there was a fucking kilo of coke in there because I saw the old lady with a bag. What the fuck, So I went through all that shit, and yeah.
Did you do like therapy and shit? You just work through it yourself?
I tell you what, man. When you're done with drugs, you're done with drugs. You can go to 18 fucking cabs. Yeah. You gotta hit something that just, and it's gonna be the weirdest thing that's gonna make you flip. Mm-hmm. The weirdest thing. Something, for me, it was my girlfriend. Now she's my wife. But at the time, she's from Tennessee. She's sweet. I made her smoke hash at the wedding. Besides that, she don't do any of that shit. She doesn't even know my world. But guess what? She accepted it. She knows that's what makes me tick. I didn't want to find her on the floor. I didn't want her to find me on the floor. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of reasons I didn't want to go out with coke. I didn't want her finding me on the floor, and I didn't want people going back to Joe Rogan going, "We told you."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We told you so.
Right.
With that belief that he had in me, I couldn't. I had all these people that trusted me, and here I am dicking around and shit.
And Joe, you just met through the comedy, yeah, like you just
comedy store
in the back.
In the back, talking shit.
And then
told him I want to go
like
to news radio.
And all that. Yeah.
That fuck just wolfing down a bunch of shrimp. That would be like, who the fuck is this guy?
They were scared of me. They were like, "Who's that guy with the leather jacket?" I'm talking about those big fucking. Dude. They're over there eating lobster. They're over there eating salads and shit. Fuck.
You're in a classy salad. Joint when you go.
I'm from New York City. You got salad and a shrimp. What are we doing? We're gonna pick that shrimp and put it in our pocket, and take it home for our uncle. We don't give a fuck. When I did Spider-Man 2, I tell people a story all the time. On Fridays, they would have lobster tails right by my fucking door. And I would sit there and I would eat like
sell them with the rollerblades.
I would eat like 3 lobster tails. And after a while, there'd be 20 on there, and these fucking dials are eating. We love the tofu salad. I'm like, I'm from fucking Jersey. Salad, lobster. We're going with the fucking lobster. I don't even need butter. I'll eat the shell. We're from Jersey.
I'll eat the call.
We'll eat the fuck out, man.
Was Spider-Man the movie where they had the meeting beforehand where they were like, "Joe, we know you like to have a good time," and you were like, "I thought no one knew."
No. That was a movie called Boilermaker.
Well, okay.
That I did the table read for with the father from The Fighter. He lived in my neighborhood, that crazy fucking jack. And he said, "You want to do this table read?" I did it, and then a year later they contacted me like, "We got the movie, but it's low budget." I go ahead, and then they go, "Can we come in to go over the script?" And that's when they said that to me.
And you thought you were like keeping it a good secret,
I knew people knew, but I didn't know that it was becoming a problem.
right?
Yeah.
And I just was like, okay, I'm going to do it. The movie, I'll do the 3 weeks clean because it was 21-day shoot in a row, no days off.
Yeah.
So they're like, and it was a room like this, and we're all at an AA meeting. So if you miss, it's not like they shoot the other side of the room. The camera was there. So they're like, you got to show up every day. And at the same time, like my cat got sick. One of my cats died. And there was another cat in the house that my wife brought up to help him live. Then she was going to put him back in the yard because it was like a 2,000 fucking back there.
Yeah.
And I didn't like this particular cat that she brought up, Superbad. I named him Superbad in the yard. I'm like, this motherfucker, I'm going to kill this fucking Superbad. Because I had a Siamese already picked out, like a gangster, like with the fucking eyes and shit. That's who my wife brought up that night. She brought up the cat that I really loved that I was going to bring up. He had anemia and Superbad. Their legs had swollen. They were ready to fucking die. And I kept going to the bathroom to pee and do a bump of coke. And I was watching both of them dying in front of my eyes. And I got on my hands and knees. I pet them. You know, I didn't like Superbad, so I didn't fuck with Superbad. I'm like, die, motherfucker. You could die. And I went to bed, and my wife woke me up in the middle of the night. She goes, DJ died. And I said, just close the door. You know, I was coming down off coke. It was just another miserable night in my world. But something went off, and I go, you know what? This cat's not dying in my house. This Superbad is not dying in my house. And I got up. My wife was doing something in the kitchen. At the time, she was my girlfriend. And I got on my hands and knees, and I go, God, I know you don't want to hear from me. I know it's been a while. But if you save this motherfucker, I'll never do coke again. And I could feel my Pinocchio nose just growing as I said it. I'm like, I'm like, oh, this is such a bullshit story. But I started petting him, you know, and he was purring. I brought him oatmeal cookies, and he was purring and purring. And something, I go, I just can't do coke. And it was 3 days, 6 days, 7 days. Then I got on that set. And it was 12-hour days. So, honest to God, when I got home at night, I was tired. And some nights I would take a sleeping pill just so I'd have to deal with the anxiety from not doing coke. Because 7:45 every night, no matter what I was doing, 7:45, I would get those cramps in my stomach. And I would black out on the way to the ATM machine. Like I would cut people off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a fuck. Until I had that coke in my hand, I was a mess. Once I had that coke in my hand, I didn't do it right away. I put it in my cocaine pocket, and then I did my comedy store.
Like you had it, like you
As long as I knew I had it,
Yeah.
I'm good. And once I do my last set, then I could snort some fucking coke. So when that fucking lived, like I stopped doing coke, and I'm like,
So
what is-
and so like that was it.
That
Like,
was
no
it.
relapses, no,
no
nothing?
relapse, nothing.
That's great.
Like 4 days later, I went and I bought a gram of coke, and I went up to the comedy store because a friend of mine died, and there was a wake for her, like a gathering, not a wake. And I had some incident happen up there, and I got so hot that I gave the coke away. And I just went home, and I'm like, wow, for me to give coke away?
Yeah, you
Holy
turned the corner.
fuck.
Joey Diaz did not give coke.
No, like I was at home going, I don't know if I should have gave it away. Maybe I should call him up.
Stupid.
I
That was
need
stupid.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into 30 days. And I'm like, why
I look, yeah.
go back? And then it was 60 days. Then it was 90 days. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell Rogan. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody for about 6 months.